Hello, hi everyone, and welcome to another UK sim review. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to look at the brand new release of South Wales Coast Bristol to Swansea Route add-on for Train Simulator. Usual rules apply. Is it any good? How much does it cost? What do you get with it? How long are you going to play for it? Etc. 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 This route came out 17th of November, so yeah, I've not had a lot of time to play it, but I think I've had a good enough time to play with it to do this review, hopefully. The route, as it says on the tin, is the South Wales coastal route that takes you from Bristol to Swansea. And I know what some of you are thinking. Don't we already have a route that's Bristol to Cardiff and was called South Wales Route? Yes, yes you did. And I will cover my thoughts on that at the end. But just to stay on topic a little bit, we'll cover what this is first. So you get the 85 miles of route between Bristol Temple Meads and Swansea, obviously including Bristol Parkway, Cardiff, Newport, and the various stations along the way. You also get with it, this is the list of included locomotives and rolling stock, so you get the Class 175 in Arriva Trains Wales livery, you get the 175 in Arriva Trains Wales Ghost livery, you get the Class 67 in DB Schenker livery, you get the Class 70 in Freightliner, you get the Class 43 in Great Western Railways livery, you get BYA steel, bogie steel coil wagon in DB Schenker, you get the MXA bogie ballast wagon in DB Schenker, you get BR Mark 1 BG mail van in RES livery, you get the Mark 1 GUV parcels vehicle in RES livery, you get HHA bogie coal hopper wagon in Freightliner, you get the FEA/B container wagons in generic livery and KTA pocket container wagon in generic livery. You get a hell of a lot with this. That's bonkers how much you actually get with it compared with obviously routes and things released in the past. Currently in the Steam store it's $24.99. If you've already got this South Wales coastal route, not this one, the other one that was out 12 months ago, you get 40% discount and it's $14.99. You get a lot of scenarios with it, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scenarios with it. That's right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 scenarios with it, and it covers the Class 175. There's I think 3 scenarios with the Class 67. There's a couple with the Class 70. I can't remember. There's the one with the Class 43. There might be one with the Class 43. I can't remember exactly. There's a lower for the Class 175. There's day, there's night. I think the interesting thing for me about this is that if you go and look at my review of the original South Wales route, you'll notice that when you sort of disappeared down some of the if you explore the map, let's word it that way, and you disappear off the main line, there's obviously sidings and things that go down to docks and all that kind of stuff. On the original route, all that scenery was missing. Where in this one, the ones that I've had a chance to go and explore, the scenery now exists. So it's a bit weird because it's as though Dovetail Games released the one whenever it was 6 months ago, but they released it unfinished. And now they've had time to finish it, but rather than just either upgrading the route that we had or adding it as an expansion pack for the original route, because that's the other thing, when you purchase this and you've got the previous one and you go in the menu, it looks as 2 completely separate routes, and it is 2 completely separate routes in the engine. So rather than having it as a kind of add-on to the original one, fixing all the scenery as like an add-on pack, they've done it as a completely different route, which is a bit bonkers to me. Doesn't make any sense. So you launched it early, potentially. Don't know if they did, but it comes across that way. You've launched it early, and now you're fudging it 6 months on by doing a proper job and releasing it as it should have been released originally. But we're charging people $14.99 if you already purchased it, or $24.99 if you didn't. So it's an interesting dilemma. So you don't get anything different with the original one. In fact, you get less locals with it. You still get class 70, you still get class 43, you get the 175 in Arriva Trains Wales. This you now get the 67 as well, and you get the Ghost livery, and you obviously get from Cardiff all the way to Swansea. So from that point of view, I certainly $14.99. I paid $14.99 because I had the other route, obviously. For that, I think that's a bargain because, well, I get a 67 in DB Schenker, which I think doesn't exist anywhere else, and you get the 175 in Golf livery, and you get a load more mileage of track, and you get all the sort of extensions bit completed. I get that. I like that. So I'm quite happy to pay $14.99. In fact, if I hadn't purchased the other one, I'd quite happily pay $24.99 for this. I think 85 miles of route, which is at times quite challenging because there's speed variations and this, that, and the other, and it's complete. You've got all the sidings. I think it's really, really good value for money. You're getting one, two, three, four different locomotives, a lot of rolling stock, different liveries, the usual sort of things we've come to expect from Dovetail Games. This is a really, really good pack. The scenarios are really, really good and engaging. It feels like a real railway line. There's varying levels of challenge in there. I really, really like them. I think I'm not even going to say downside. I mean, obviously, if you bought the old one, there was the option to buy the add-on pack for the Class 158 and I think it's a 143. Obviously, you could use it on this, but there's no scenarios with it in build. It would have been nice if it was joined up. It's just a bit weird. Like I said, if you buy this, there's no point buying the one. Don't bother going buying the old one because you'll just be disappointed. It's no different. The only thing you're going to get is some extra scenarios. So, it's whether you'd buy the other one first and then buy this one. And is $14.99 enough to justify sort of 10 scenarios and the Class 67 and the Class 175 in a different lot of livery? Only you guys can decide that. I mean, I've had to do it that way because I purchased it last time to do a review for you lot. So it is what it is. That's where we are. You can tell I'm kind of torn. It's annoying that Dovetail Games didn't finish it properly first time, and now they've done it this way. It would have been nice if it was just an update or add-on for the original route. If you look at the Just Trains add-on for London to Ipswich, where I think it's the Mayflower line, I've done a review on that, that just added the scenery and made it complete. They could have done that with this. They chose not to. It's a completely separate route. Why? I don't know. The good thing about this is there is a lot more freight working. So the old one had a couple of yards on it, if I remember rightly, but some of the lines down to docks and things like that were completely incomplete. This has got loads of stuff. There's the Port Talbot steel factory. There's lines down to docks and this, that, and the other. It's really good. There's a couple of weird things that I've noticed. So, for example, one of the scenarios where I've driven the Class 175, you're going through what looks like a container yard, and there's a coal train coming out of it. Might be right, might not be. Just putting that one out there. You train buses will know more than me, but just that doesn't seem quite right. But obviously they've done it to add a sense of realism, a sense of movement. to make sure it is like a real working line. I mean, there are wagons parked at, in sidings, there's trains parked in sidings, there's a lot of movement going on, and that's kind of what I want from a train simulator. I want it to feel like a real working railway line, and that it's not the Holocaust and you're the only last person alive, which in the past has been. So yeah, I like this. I think there's a lot of playability in it. That the bit from Cardiff to Swansea is probably a bit more challenging than the route between Cardiff and Bristol. There's varying speeds in there, there's sidings and loads of working to do, and I think there's a lot of good things about this route. It's a really, really good, enjoyable working route. I want to say well done, Dovetail Games. It's, if you only just launched this now and you didn't have it 6 months ago in the other pack, I would say this is amazing. This is the best thing that Dovetail Games have ever released since taking ownership of Train Simulator, and it is. It was a complete pack to see a real working railway line with all the different variety of rolling stock, this, that, and the other, things parked up. Amazing, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. There's probably some things that are not completely true to life, but yeah, from somebody who just plays Train Simulator, amazing. It is really, really good. The bitter taste in the mouth is that they did it sort of half-arsed 6 months ago. Whether it was rushed out or not, don't know. Just seems weird that they've done it as a completely separate route. But yeah, I hope you found it informative. I've tried to get as much of the sort of flyovers of the maps and things like that so you guys can see what it's like, because that's some feedback that I've had, so hopefully that's covered off. I hope you've found it useful, hope you've found it informative. If you have, please like, please subscribe, and hopefully in another week's time, all being well, we'll have another review for something else. So on that note, take care guys, thank you, and I'll catch you in a bit.